Winter Blanco has once again shaken the celebrity world by putting Stefon Diggs directly in her crosshairs, unleashing a wave of raw confessions, scathing words, and revelations that nobody saw coming. She didn't just throw shade, she dropped bombs, saying in no uncertain terms that she is glad she never had kids with the NFL star. And in the messy, volatile world of celebrity relationships, those words carry explosive weight, especially now that Diggs is preparing for fatherhood with Cardi B. This latest drama unfolded in the last week of September 2025, and it is dominating conversations across social media, gossip blogs, and even mainstream sports outlets. Winter Blanco, known to fans from Bad Girls Club and for her outspoken personality, came forward with a story she framed as survival and empowerment. She admitted she had been pregnant with Diggs' child in the past, but ultimately walked away with an abortion. She made it clear that in her eyes, this was the best decision of her life, calling it a blessing and insisting she's relieved not to be tied to him forever through parenthood. Her words were not soft or hesitant. They were sharp, unapologetic, and filled with the kind of blunt honesty that instantly sparks controversy. To understand why this is resonating so loudly, let's lay out the context. Stefon Diggs, one of the league's most recognizable wide receivers, currently plays for the New England Patriots. He's been in the spotlight for years, both for his on-field performance and his personal life. And in 2025, his off-the-field headlines seem to overshadow even his career. Right now, Diggs is expecting a child with Cardi B, who just weeks ago confirmed her pregnancy publicly. Cardi beamed with excitement during an interview in mid-September, saying she was ready to enter a new chapter. Diggs himself was quick to comment under her posts, showing support and enthusiasm. But Winter Blanco's words cut through the celebration like a knife, painting an entirely different portrait of the man Cardi is now building a family with. When Blanco said she was glad she never had kids with him, fans immediately tied it to Cardi's news. The juxtaposition was impossible to ignore. Here was one woman celebrating a pregnancy, while another revealed she was grateful she never became a mother to Diggs' child. The timing wasn't accidental. Blanco's statements arrived days after Cardi and Diggs went public with the baby news, making it feel like a direct response or even a counter-narrative meant to complicate their happiness. Blanco didn't stop at simply discussing her abortion. She took digs at Cardi B as well, pointing out that the rapper is now walking into a situation she claims she narrowly avoided. Whether intentional or not, these jabs brought Cardi into the drama and made her pregnancy announcement part of a larger controversy. For Blanco, the message seemed clear. She sees herself as having dodged a bullet, while Cardi is stepping into something she views as messy, complicated, and potentially damaging. This isn't the first time Stefon Diggs' personal life has been headline material. He already has a daughter, Nova, whom he welcomed years ago. Earlier in 2025, reports surfaced about another child he allegedly fathered with model Eileen Lopera. Add those details to the mix, and Blanco's claim that she escaped motherhood with Diggs takes on even more weight. It suggests a complicated pattern in his relationships and an even more complicated family tree, one that Blanco clearly had no part of. Social media, as always, was quick to react. Within hours, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with hot takes. Some users called Blanco brave for being honest about her decision and for refusing to romanticize what could have been a lifelong tie to someone she doesn't respect. Others blasted her for airing private matters in public, accusing her of being bitter, attention-seeking, or jealous of Cardi's moment. Trending hashtags captured both sides of the debate. Words like brave, messy, truth, and desperate were thrown around in equal measure. Gossip blogs dissected her every word, while sports analysts couldn't help but weigh in, given Diggs' high-profile position in the NFL. The drama only deepened when people revisited Cardi B's own social media moves earlier this summer. Back in July, Cardi briefly wiped all traces of Diggs from her Instagram, leading to rumors of a breakup. She later explained she was just being dramatic, insisting it wasn't serious. But Blanco's revelations are now causing fans to look back at that moment differently. Was Cardi truly overreacting, or were there deeper issues simmering under the surface that Blanco has now dragged out into the light? For Cardi, the stakes are personal and public. She's a global superstar, one of the most successful women in music, and every move she makes is magnified. She's also no stranger to public feuds, and the world is watching to see if she'll respond to Blanco's comments. So far, she's kept her focus on the pregnancy and ignored the noise. But the longer this drama circulates, the harder it will be to avoid. And what about Diggs? His silence is almost deafening. He hasn't directly addressed Blanco's claims. Instead, he's put his energy into supporting Cardi, keeping his public statements focused on positivity, parenthood, and the future. But silence doesn't always work in the age of instant commentary. The longer he stays quiet, the more people fill in the blanks for him. Some interpret it as maturity, others as guilt. And in the whirlwind of gossip celebrity, perception is everything. Blanco, meanwhile, seems to be leaning into her role as the truth teller. She's not hiding, she's not apologizing, and she's not backtracking. For her fans, it's classic Winter, unfiltered, bold, and unwilling to play nice. For her critics, it's another example of her stirring up drama for attention. Either way, she has the spotlight, and that alone keeps her relevant in a crowded gossip landscape. The underlying question that has everyone talking is whether Blanco's confession was necessary or reckless. On one hand, it's her story to tell, and she's free to speak about her own life decisions. On the other hand, her timing and framing undeniably put Cardi B in an awkward position and cast a shadow over her joyful announcement. Was this empowerment, revenge, or a little of both? That's the debate fueling the conversation right now. It also raises broader questions about celebrity culture. When stars share intimate details of their personal lives, the public consumes them with a mix of fascination and judgment. Fans project their own values onto the story, choosing sides, forming teams, and battling it out online. In this case, some see Winter as the voice of caution, others see Cardi as the symbol of resilience, and still others see Diggs as the common denominator in a cycle of messy relationships. If we step back, what we're watching is a collision of three powerful personalities, each with their own loyal fan bases. Winter Blanco, the unapologetic firebrand, Cardi B, the global superstar who thrives on being authentic and unfiltered, and Diggs, the athlete whose personal life has increasingly overshadowed his professional achievements. Put them together and you get a story that feels less like reality and more like a scripted drama, except it's all unfolding in real time. And this isn't likely to die down anytime soon. Cardi's pregnancy will continue to be a major story, and every update will now be viewed through the lens of Blanco's comments. If Cardi claps back, the internet will explode. If Diggs speaks out, it could reshape the narrative entirely. And if Winter keeps adding fuel to the fire, the saga could drag on for months. At the end of the day, Winter Blanco's declaration that she's glad she never had kids with Stefon Diggs is more than just a personal confession. It's a public statement that challenges the carefully curated image of one of football's biggest stars, complicates the story of his relationship with Cardi B, and ignites a broader debate about love, choices, and accountability in the celebrity world. The fallout will be messy, emotional, and impossible to ignore. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.